Hey everybody, how's it going? Jump on here a little bit early and just chit chat before we do everything. Let everybody get on. You'll notice it's a little bit darker for you guys. We'll tell you about why that is here in a little bit. Got the oil lamps going. Be a fun story for tonight. This little chitty chat. Country Girls chat was awesome. I'm sorry I got on there late. The White Picket Fence, how are you? I always jump on early. We just chit chat. We're not going. We're live, but we're not. Everybody go use the bathroom, go get drinks, go have fun. But usually I hit Country Girls, and then once she jumps off, I'll come in and play. Hey, Liam, where's the polar bear at? Consider it joy, Lundy. You guys, how are you guys doing? Ural, how are you? Grampy Camp, Living Miracle Homestead, Four Blessings Farm. I missed somebody up there. Hidden Valley Homestead. Brenda Howard. Christy Bates. How's everybody doing? I'm the same way, Hidden Valley Homestead. I can try to hit everybody at one time. So, Mama Bear, hey, good to see you. Haywire Homestead, nice to see you. Pete Little Homestead, good to see you back, brother. Tonight's show is going to be about gardening. I'm hoping you're ready to jump in and have fun. The White Picket Fence chose our verse tonight. Raven Nature Family Farm, hey. Georgia Malone. Fairy Tale Creation, thank you for modding tonight. She Bear Acres, hey, how are you? Nordic Star Homestead. Polar Bear says hi. What's up? I tried to call you back the other day, brother. And we just must have missed each other. I was driving, so I couldn't really text. Yeah, guys, go take your breaks and stuff. I know everybody's been doing stuff. I just figured I'd jump on. Kind of a test for the number 4 live. The hammer in the house. Paula Dicker, how are you? I hope we don't have to go as crazy as we did last time with the hammers. Man, there at the end, it got crazy. Tammy Russo, how are you? B&O Outdoors, good to have you, brother. Sister, I'm not sure yet. Reclaim the Farm, how are you? Hit that thumbs up for me, guys. 38 in here, 15 thumbs up. Everybody hit that for me. Got some good announcements and stuff tonight. I had to put a bunch more on there. Grammy Karen, hey. Maria Dunn, nice to see you over here. Thank you for coming over. Got these new sodas tonight. I'll tell you about these too. They're all organic with cane sugar and stuff. And I stopped drinking sodas forever, but I kind of miss them. And I found these, and I kind of like them. They're pretty good stuff. I'll tell you about them. Consider it joy, Homestead. I'm going to pull you into this live and chit chat your ear off tonight. Deborah Boyle's my neighbor. Yeah, I'll tell you about that in a little bit, Deborah. The music well. Nice to see you, Sandy Childers. How are you? Broussard in the house. Where's my chef at? Microfarm starter. Mary Roberts. The polar bear. There he is. Oh, well, I'm glad you didn't answer if you were into a heart, Mr. The Polar Bear Homestead. Just wind it. I hope I said that right. Food Forest Permaculture. Hello, how are you? Hardneck Farms. How are you? If I miss anybody, don't be offended. I'm at work. Abby might be in here. I don't know. Good to go. Jonah Spence, how are you? Hey, Microfarm Starter, how are you? LWY Off Grid Homestead, nice to see you guys in here. Microfarm Starter, I like that clover. You understand. Food Forest Permaculture. I really like your name, Food Forest Farm Culture. It's pretty nice. Let's see. Hit that like button. Yeah, there we go, guys. I'm hoping we break 100 again tonight, guys. Ravens Nature Family Farm. I think I said hi to you already. If I didn't, hello. Hardick Farm. So everybody enjoyed this great weather. We've been hot, hot, hot here. I bet it got close to 90 something here today. Fish, Carol, I'm not going to try to say your whole channel name. I love it. The Fishes and Loaves Life. Oh, you changed it. When did you change the name? And how's your mom? Like number 40. Only three out of Pine Knot Family Farm. How are you guys? Welcome. I'm glad to hear she's at least stable in that. And you didn't have to change it for us, but it sure makes it easier. Should be a fun night tonight. So go over some stuff. You guys are going to guide this as always, but you guys are even going to be more to it because there's a lot more knowledgeable people in here on gardening. Pete's Little Homestead. I'm hoping he kicks in on this a lot too. I can talk about what I'm doing personally, but food forest permaculture. Hopefully, you'll jump in here on some of this stuff tonight and help me out because you know I've been gardening for a long time, but I've been doing it in a lot different way than what we're trying to do it in this community. We're used to jumping in there, throwing the milk or go to it, get it all growing, and this last 2 or 3 years are the first years that I've really gotten into the being real clean with what we're doing and the raised beds like we're doing this year. So um, I'm going to lean on you guys a lot today. Prior Homestead, how are you? I'll tell you that in a minute, Tammy Russo. Is it really, really dark? Because I can probably fix that a little bit. Let me see here. Does that help a little bit? Might not help all through this whole chat. Any good greenhouses in the area you suggest? Mary Roberts. Where are you? Are you here in Northeast Tennessee, Mary Roberts? And I may have asked you that before. Is that better with that? I can actually adjust these oil lamps too to sit in different angles. Thanks, Jonah. Joanne. All right. All right, good. Looks better. Don't know how long it'll stay better, but that's good. Oh, your husband will get jealous. He'll be coming after me. I'll have to watch for him in the night there. Leanne's life. Mary Roberts. Well, we need to get together, Mary Roberts. The Unicoi, there's a Unicoi nursery that's really nice. There's one in Greenville, and I don't know if I have their card, but I'll look it up and I will see. Do you have a channel, Mary? I don't know if I'm. No. If you have a channel, Mary, go ahead and post it. I'll approve it so we can all see and get on there and support you as well. If not, send me an email. If one of my moderators can throw up my email address, that'd be awesome. Send me an email and we'll get together. There's one in Greenville that I'm really liking. They're trying to do a lot of organic stuff. They still do other, mass plants and stuff, but they're doing a lot of those. Evergreen actually does a pretty good job in Johnson City, but you gotta really be watching what you're doing. When I click the dots beside your name, Mary, it doesn't let me go to a channel. Huh. See if I click your picture. Nope. All right, Mary Roberts, I'll take care of you at the end of this. Loma Acres Homestead, hey, how are you? Garden Talk by Lamplight. Beats a little homestead. We're up to 46 and 42, 44 lights. Awesome, guys. Yeah. I may have some extra plants this year too, Mary, that I can get to you. I don't know. I'll have to see. I'm going to actually go get the rest of my soil and get my raised beds done and do that. Okay. Hey, Mama Bear, can you go to Mary Roberts's channel and post her link? And everybody go over there and check her out if you haven't already. And then we'll see. Okay, Mary, that's cool. Do, do, do. I'm gonna make when Two Family gets on here, I'm gonna make them moderators. They said they would do that. That's just like a badge of honor for me to have them with that. Here we go. Bam. Thank you, Grammy Karen. Grammy Karen, you want to moderate? You don't have to do it like you do for everybody else, but do you want to be a moderator while you're on? You don't have to feel like you have to stay till the end. Annie and Andy's Homestead. How are you guys? Yeah, they might not. Don't feel obligated, but I'm gonna throw a wrench on your name then. Bang, you have a hammer now. It might look like a wrench, but that's really a hammer. I'm doing really good, Annie and Andy's Homestead. So just the people that are here in Tennessee, post up, just post TN so I can see kind of who is in Tennessee. I think I know who most of you are, but like with Mary Roberts, I didn't know she was as close as she is. We got the Wackatro police in the house. Deborah's in Tennessee. You'd hammer in the morning. Canterbury Trail Farms, how are you? Tammy Russo lands. Ones with wrenches, their names responsible for removing the nuts. That's exactly it. Muscle car appraisal. Hey, how are you, brother or guys? I'm glad you're here. Music Wells in Tennessee. Where are you at, Music Well? Mary Roberts, Canterbury Trail Farms. I'm in a T, but Texas. Hey, brother, you got to have two big T's to make this world go around. Homestead probably won't be on tonight. They had a thing today. Okay, that's fine. That's good to go. She just said that last night. How you doing, Muscle Car Appraisal? Stivers Homestead in the house. What's going down? Food Forest, Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada, Earth. I love it. Wilma Gregory, how are you tonight? All right, we're 5 minutes away from actually starting. So this is good. I like to be able to say hi and I can concentrate a little more without think I'm depriving people from coming on tonight for what we're doing. So I'm at least getting to say hello. So it's good to go. Ravens Natural Family Farm. We've already said hello. Rainbow 505 in the house. Amy Broussard, how are you doing today, Mama? Hey, and there's the chef, Abby's Kitchen. You're about an hour south of Nashville. Okay. So you're not too far. Are you going to the Appalachian Homestead, the Music Well? All you guys in Tennessee and Kentucky, Virginia, who else going to the Appalachian Homestead Convention? Thanks, Grammy Karen. Boom, boom. Tammy's going. Good. We'll get to meet you, Tammy. Me and Ann are going. All right, good. Do. I'm reading, guys. I can neglect you a little bit now because we're officially not on for 3 minutes. I'm just trying to Yeah, guys. Hey, Freedom Using Farm and Arbor Homestead. Thanks for coming. Yeah, guys, if you need to go to the bathroom, get drinks and stuff, go do it. You know how we usually do. The first 10 or 15 minutes, we just kind of chit chat, ask questions, go through them. We'll read a little scripture provided by the White Picket Fence this week. And I'll tell you what that is. Mary Roberts, when I see Mims's Garden is going to get here, Appalachian Homestead, if I'm not mistaken, is the 25th. If you're a veteran, you get in for free, but I think it's only like $5 or $6 to get in. They've got quite a few speakers, some pretty interesting classes too. Well, you'll have to tell me, is this Jen or is it Zach Stiver Homestead or both of you guys? Hope it wasn't too bad. Sunny Slopes Homestead, hey, welcome. Mary Roberts. Oh, I think Mary Roberts, I think it's in Cookville, Crosswell. I'll make sure here in a little while. When Mims's Garden gets on, I'm pretty sure she'll be on here today. When she comes on, she's got all the information. She's actually the one that got me interested in it. So if anybody else has the information on Appalachian Homestead, post that out here too. It's Cookville. Tammy Russo had that one. Cookville, Tennessee. Mary Roberts. Hey, North Star Prepsteader, how are you? So we're up to 55 already, guys. Yeah, there's quite a few of us going, Mary. So you should definitely jump on that. They're doing some Cherokee language classes to learn to speak some Cherokee. They're doing all kinds of gardening stuff. They're doing some like the Cherokee stuff is getting a little bit away from the homesteading, but it's still some amazing things to kind of throw in there to pique interest. But actually, I may have all that information on my phone. Let me see. I'm gonna. Here we go. On there. Nope. Let's see. T-shirt. Okay, here you go, Mary Roberts. I got the information. It's the Great Appalachian Homestead Conference, and it looks like I'm going to see exactly. I can tell you the classes. The classes are going to start at 9 o'clock and run to 6 p.m. And there's two different, or actually, looks like three different venues. So you can at 9 o'clock, you can choose to go to two different things. 9 o'clock is livestock guardian dogs with Anna Apney, and the class B is dairy goats reproduction with Rachel Payne. And then 10 o'clock is gardening on concrete with OAG, and then understanding the Trail of Tears with Debbie Moore. And then 11 o'clock is the Cherokee language with Lou Jackson. Buying Livestock with Success by James Euler. At noon, you have the Homesteader Disaster Preparedness with the Dooley family. Homestead Salves with Debbie Hadler Stoller, and ham radios as well. There's three classes going on at lunch. And then at 1, Parasite Control for Goats with Tina Creamer. And then you have Stained Glass with Angie King of Daisy King Farm. At 2 o'clock, you got Homesteading Fishing with John Newell from J. Newell, and Quilting with History by Sharon Wilson. At 3 o'clock, you have Healthy Pasture Raised Poultry with Tucker Milling, and Back to Eden Gardening with Andy Duke. At 4 o'clock, you have Beekeeping Naturally with Jay Hess. I can't, if I'm butchering the name, I'm sorry, I can't even say that last name. Then Historic Tea and Tinctures with Jim Buckmeyer. 5 o'clock, you get Homestead Meat Sourcing with Pratt Family Homestead. Grow Mushrooms by Two Angels Mushroom Farm. And then at 6 o'clock, it ends it up is Herbs with Immunity. Herbs for Immunity with Courtney Lozano. And then Biscuits and Cornbread with I can't say her name. She's the one putting it on. I think Petara. So anyway, there's Mims's garden. My hero's on. Now let me see who all I missed. Searching Sabrina. Hey, girl. Let's see. Oh, I missed you. Okay, somebody got you. Good. All right, we're up to 58 on here, so that's awesome. All right, well, we're into the actual live now, guys. So, Milo, hey there. How are you doing? Ebrick Family Homestead. Hello, how are you? Farming Our Backyard. Hello. Trying to catch up on who I missed. So what we're going to go over tonight, we're going to talk about some gardening. Hopefully you guys will be able to jump in and help a lot on that. Mims is an amazing gardener, so hopefully she's going to be able to jump in on that and get that Pete's Little Homestead. We're going to talk there. I'll tell you what I'm doing, but that's about as I do. Stivers Homestead's doing an awesome job out in their little thing. Homestead in the Highlands, Scotland in the house. Love it. You like my singing voice? So that's where we're at. Mims is a newbie. Go watch her videos. She's Budweiser on it. Remember to put your comments. If you have an actual question, put them in caps. Leatherwood Land. Hi, how are you? Yeah, I'm planting probably tomorrow. Almost everything will go in the ground, I'm hoping. I've got a buddy that needs some help. He's got a yard barn coming for delivery, and he had to work, so I got to go take a fence down for him for them to get that in when he gets off. So I'm just trying to help him get that. But I'm going to go pick up super soil and stuff in the morning. So what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to talk about what's been going on here. We're going to read a little scripture. We're going to talk gardening for sure. I'm going to explain why we're in the dark somewhat tonight. Some of you already know that, but most of you don't. But let's start off there. We can. Somebody got it for me. All right, good to go. So let's start off there. Then we're going to talk about the T-shirt sales and tell you how that's going. And so everybody knows, I appreciate that. And I'll give you a little bit of information on what's going on with the HOA. But once again, we're still not going to get too far into that. So we'll go from there. Four Blessings Farm. They did a great live last night. You guys haven't checked them out, go check that out. They're not on here. So I want to ask, I know everybody on here already belongs to Two Family Homestead. If you do a live, I want you to push. If we can get them one or two from our channels that's not went over and see them, we need to get those guys to 10,000. That's a goal they've been after and they've been wanting to do. And I told them on every live that I get on, I'm going to say something and try to get everybody on there. They do so much for this community, so much for the YouTube homesteading community, as well as everything else, that I would love to see them hit that goal. Mary's Organic Garden Journal. You hopefully will jump in on some of this stuff tonight. We're going to talk about gardening. They are very lovely people. They are amazing. So, and if I'm missing any of you other master gardeners out there, guys that have been doing this for forever, naturally and organically, please jump in there. And even if you haven't, if you've learned a little trick from somebody that has been doing it forever, that's great. So, yeah, bam. Hey, I actually beat all my moderators to approving a message from Broussard Homestead. That's awesome. Linda Reiner, how are you? I just saw your name come by. Sunny Slopes Homestead. I think I said hello already. All right, so I'm going to explain some huge news right now. Is everybody ready? I got to use my hands because I'm a Tennessean and I talk with my hands. Here we go. Why are we in the dark? The reason that we're in the dark, I've been gardening for 25 years and still learning from all of you. North Star Prepstetter, I understand. It's the way we garden is the different way. Okay, here we go. You ready? The music well. We're in the dark because I completely pulled the plug, guys. I pulled it. No more electricity in the house other than the small generator system. The small Goal Zero 150-watt solar generator system is running all the lights and running the TV and running the computer. Um, my she's down to I've limited her to an hour and a half of TV a day. We're down. We got the oil lamps. We got some smaller LED style flashlights. That's what I turned on to brighten this up a little bit. And I am super excited about it. It's something we've been wanting to do. We've been putting it off and kind of using the power from off the fence post for the first year and a half that we were in this house. Um, we didn't have a refrigerator. I bought two really nice, and I'll say this: buying quality is key. We we bought a Yeti and an Arctic cooler, one of the big Arctic coolers. Both of them, $300 or $400 coolers. The Arctic is twice as big as the Yeti was for the same price, and I actually like the Arctic better than I do the Yeti in my own personal opinion. But I need a guy. I need a lantern shining on me. See the expression. Right there it is. It's behind me, and there's one in front of me. So we used that for a year and a half, and I'm back to that because that's the only thing that really we can't run off this little generator system. If you guys not looked at Goal Zero, they're a little expensive, but they're amazing. That's the only thing I can't run. But Considerate Joy is on here, and he has an awesome wind turbine system on him. And I got him to send me some information. I'm going to be sending some stuff back to him on pieces and parts that I already have here. I've got two inverters. I have a $2,500 inverter that a buddy of me got off of an oil rig that he was working on that they decommissioned, and they had just bought the solar system on it. And he was a helicopter pilot, and he says, "Hey, you want to buy these?" And I actually bought two different inverters, but that one is it's a heck of an inverter. It has charge controllers and everything. But it weighs about 125 pounds. So I'm planning on, if Consider Joy's on here, jump on here and throw your stuff up there so everybody can go check them out. They just started YouTube and are doing an awesome job. Lundy is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to reusable and renewable energy. Hey, there's Mom in the house. Everybody say hi to Carolyn Prevette, my mother. She's going to bed. Her knee is hurting her today, guys. And I did, Mama Bear. I did get my Deep Blue um, doTERRA. So I used it on my hands a couple times. Didn't think it was going to work, and then like 30 or 40 minutes after I put it on is when it started working. So it was kind of odd because of how I thought it was going to work from the smell and the scent, but it did work good. So I need to get her some. Everybody saying hi, Mom. So I think she's adopting Anna as her daughter. Um, so, but so anyway, we're going to get that together, and we'll do a full video system on the winter. I'm going to do a hybrid system with solar because I've already got a couple of solar panels as well, and try to mend those together and do a hybrid system. I've stayed away from doing wind turbines because they have clutches in them, and the clutches would burn out. But this company, this Missouri, I think it's called Missouri Windmills. He can correct me if he's on here. I know he was a little bit ago. Hopefully he'll be back on in a minute. But they don't have a clutch in them. They kind of just spin where they're going. But they have in their charge controller, they have a dissipator that you can hook lights and stuff to run in your yards and stuff. So when it's blowing and it's running, instead of having a clutch trying to bind it down and slow it down. Hey, the Bee Lady Apiary, good to see you. And Country Homestead Preacher, good to see you too, brother. But instead of having that binding down with that clutch, it allows it to run a little bit more free. And it says that it's sustainable winds, I think, up to 70 miles an hour, and gust of winds up to there at Leatherwood Land. It's the Missouri Wind and Solar. There you go. And there you go. There we go. There's Considerate Joy Homestead. That's the link to there. So I'm going through it. I'm going to talk with Lindy and see see what he thinks with what I have, what I need to order. But you literally can order a 2,000 watt wind turbine for less than $700. So, and I haven't even called him and talked to him about military discounts or anything like that. When it comes to the homestead, I will use my military discounts. Lowe's has an amazing 10% off. It helps out a lot. Oh, is Brett leaving? Good night, Brett. Hate that you got to go. The Max Happy Homestead. Hey guys, how are you? I'm still catching people that are coming in. So I don't think all Broussards are leaving. I think there's several of them on here. I think Abby's Kitchen's still on here, and I think Amy's still on here too. So hence that's why we're in the dark. Doesn't bother us. We're here. The busy little house is in the house. Yeah, consider it. Joyce said Leatherwood. He's using the same thing. So time to sow. Yes, it is. I'm hoping you'll jump in here a little bit on tonight's conversations, because if I'm not mistaken, you're a pretty big gardener as well and got some good experience, if I'm remembering correctly. Let's see. So that's kind of where we're at on while we're in the dark. So let's go into, we'll read our scripture. Is going to be short tonight. The white picket fence hit it dead on the nose, I think, for some of us in here that are aging gracefully. I'll read you that and tell you where we're at, and we can discuss that a little bit, and then we can get on into what we're going to talk about tonight and kind of jump around and stuff. So with that, you guys know usually when someone sends me scripture, I like to read everything before and after it. Tonight's going to be a little bit different. I'm actually going to read the chapter and the verse because I think it's to the point where it's at, and you'll understand when I tell you the chapter and verse. So if you got your Bibles available, go to Psalm 73:26. Short and simple, and absolutely a wonderful deal. So let's read this to you in the beautiful ambient light in here. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is my strength God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. I'll read it again. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. Usually I would read all of Psalms, but that would take us about 4 hours probably to get through everything. So she said they said, I said she, but they said the white picket fence said they had searched and looked and went through, and that one kept coming out and buying us there. And I think it's something good to talk about, and some things you guys might not know about me. If you've not watched everything, I am she. Okay, good to go. I'm learning everybody's names, so I'm getting to go back and forth on that. So some of the things that you might not know if you didn't watch our how we got here video. If you've not, you can go back and get some more information. But I'm disabled. I'm a big old strong man. I still get out here and I do everything that I possibly can. But I've had 7 knee surgeries, shoulder surgery, back's all jacked up. I've lived a hard life in the military as well as doing sports and other things, and then as a federal law enforcement officer. And I've really beaten my body up. And one day it's going to go on me, but I know my heart belongs to Jesus. I know that He's got me firmly in His grasp and His hold. So all is good. I'm going home at some point in time, and this worldly home that we're in right now is amazing. But I can't wait to get there. I hope it's a long time from now. Don't get me wrong. I really do. I want to live to be 125, guys. I want to rock this world as bad as it is. Katrina Shepard, hey, how are you? I want to rock this place as hard as I can while I'm here. I want to kick butt and take names in His name, and in a good way. Samson Farms, good to see you, brother. Karen, Kira, I'm trying to catch other people that are rolling in. Hit the like button, guys. We're up to 76. She Moves Mountain, my other heroes, single ladies in the house. But I think that that's a good one to know, especially for us. I know a lot of people are surprised. I know Justin Rhodes was a little surprised if you watch his video after he took his survey on the age of the lit watchers. I mean, I think everybody was thinking that this community is a lot of you know 20 something to mid to late 30s, and there are a lot of that age, but there's a lot of us that are at that 40 to 75, 80 years of age that are on here rocking this homesteading thing to its fullest and been doing it a long time. Uh, Elin is in bed. She's probably up there listening to me talk, but I think she's actually asleep. So, we're here. I'm not old. I'm broke, but I'm not done. You know, it's funny because I have a lot of brothers that are from the military and sisters as well that are disabled, that are missing arms, missing legs, and everything else. And we have these conversations all the time. I thought somebody was coming in. We have these conversations all the time that they've had it worse because they've actually lost that limb and stuff. But for us guys that have been hurt, like with me, with having the number of knee surgeries and issues with my back and with my arm, the I'll use the word discrimination for that part of it is huge because, for instance, if I'm an amputee, okay, and I've lost a leg, I got a buddy who's lost a leg. He can go to the gym, he can go work out, he can go do all of this stuff, and I can too. But he can go do all this stuff. He can go run mud runs. He can go do all this stuff, and nothing said by the Disability Administration. Nothing said about him going to do this. But I've had 9 knee surgeries, and if I try to go do something like that, and I pushed it out there, and if I didn't catch the attention of everybody and didn't get the support of everybody, they would pull every bit of disability that I have, as far as from the military and from the federal law enforcement, because I still have them, even though I don't have the function of them. I mean, I can't do a lot of the things that are there. It's real hard. So it's I think a mental stress that's equivalent, not anymore, and definitely not more than someone that's lost an arm or a leg or eyesight or something like that. But it's hard for those individuals that are in my position where you're constantly going through different surgeries, you're constantly going through that pain and rehab and stuff. I'm used to pain. The doctor laughs at me all the time because I don't take medicine. I've got a prescription of Motrin, which kills your gut, and Ultram, and for a while was taking some arthritis medicine, and I've actually stopped everything. If I get hurting really, really, really super bad, I'll take Ultram, but I might take one Ultram every 3 or 4 months. I just don't do it. I just suffer through it and go on. So it is what it is. So now I'm off that. Armed American Patriot. Nice. Welcome. Glad you're here. But like I said, I've got a lot of brothers and sisters that have come back that are just messed up, and it's it's amazing the stuff that they can do after losing a leg or losing an arm, and going out here and running these mud runs and doing that stuff. But you could even ask them, you sit down, and those guys that don't have that physical appearance, that there's something gone, there's not something missing from them. Those guys that don't have that, they get it pretty rough. So let me look at some comments over here. I'm 40. I got sick at 29. Everyone thought I was just lazy. Searching Sabrina, amen. And here's the thing, because we do have some lazy people. We have a lot of them that take advantage of everything. So I understand it too. Comfrey is a bone healing poultice. I'll have to look into that, North Star Prepstetter. I've been doing the fermented thing to help me out a ton. So yeah, pray. That's all you can do is pray, go on with it. And I tell everybody I'm not dead, so I'm not stopping. I can't. If I stop, then I am. Are you planning to expand your solar system? The other life, Ivan, yes, welcome. Good to see you in here. If I missed you earlier, I wasn't not paying attention to you. I just told everybody that we actually pulled the plug. I don't know if you heard that the day before yesterday. So we're running off the 150-watt solar generator that we have. And Friday, I am actually ordering a hybrid system. And I think I'm going to go with this Missouri windmill system that Mr. Lundy from Considerate Joy and his wife have put in at their home, because the price point and the warranty and all of that stuff is amazing. Mello said she really wants to learn more about herbal remedies and stuff. Me too. I'm pretty good at it. I'm pretty nice. I think it was funny. My mom read me the other day. They just released this big huge report on how willow is a natural pain reliever. I've been chewing willow branches for headaches since I was a kid. Um, you know, so if they would just go back and look at the Native American history and the medicine men and what they used, it would help out a tremendous amount. Have I heard of kratom? No, I haven't. What is kratom? Is it another windmill system? I've actually always been against windmills, and the reason for it is that you actually don't save any money with them. Um, Cranberry. Okay, some of you guys are writing in all caps. I'm getting confused, but I've not been a big fan of comfrey. Is one of the best and easiest things you can grow in your garden. Yeah, yeah, North Star Prepstetter. Yep, I have to get a hold of some of that. Me and my family are sold our home 3 weeks ago, and got 5 boys. Still have not found anywhere to go yet, and can't decide whether city or country. What y'all think? Country, brother. Get out of the city. If you got 5 boys, um, get out of that city and give them a life. Keratum is a tea leaf that relieves pain and depression. Diana Bilgus, I will have to look into that and see what's up. But anyway, with back to the windmill, and I'm gonna stop reading this because if I don't, I won't finish my conversation. But back to the windmills. Most windmills have a clutch in them, so they burn up so quick. You have to replace them so many times that the financial part of it, the burden of it's not there. But these systems that Lundy's found, they don't have a clutch in them. They have a dispersion system into the charge controller that allows you to throw that extra power off when they get to spinning. They can go. I think if Lundy Considerate Joy Homestead, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's a sustainable wind of 70 miles per hour and gust up to 120. Pete's Little Homestead, what are we praying for you for, brother? I missed it. I'm sorry. Okie dokie. You guys are all on to the municipal plants over here. So cool. We're up to 71 with 71 likes. I love it. We've done it, guys. That's good stuff on that. All right, so consider it joy. Lundy said that's correct on the gust and stuff. Do you have any creeks on your property? Ivan, yes, I do. And the long-term goal is to get the hybrid wind turbine and solar in. Quickest, easiest for me to do. I own 168 feet worth of the creek and plan on going into one of the power jet 1 kilowatt turbine systems into that, which is something I've been researching for a long time. They had to change my appointment. They had to change. We'll pray for you, Pete's little homestead. We're going to get into gardening here in just a second too. Do you have a creek or a river? Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I own 168 feet. I've actually built one of the Home Depot bucket generators before and did very well with that. Yeah, consider it joy. The only reason I'm considering this is the length of time they have. Lundy, you have to get that video out, buddy. That video, I promise you, that video will make your channel. You'll have 1,000 people come on just to watch that. 3Baskets Living, welcome. So the power spout system is one way that I'm going to go, Ivan. I believe in doing everything in a triangle. So in my triangle, I want to have the wind turbine, the solar, and the hydro system put in place. And then I'm still going to have a temporary pole put in for the barn and have everything go there. 8 to go, but it's late. Hey, good night, Leatherwood Land. We appreciate you stopping in, man. Good night. So if I can do that, it'll be great. So Francine, hey, how are you? I've seen blueprints for a wood burning hot tub. Looks neat. Yeah, that looks neat. I do agree. J Love Adventure, hey, welcome. I haven't seen you. If I missed you, I'm just now getting to say hello. So, yeah, I agree. So, we'll do the shirts. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the HOA thing a little bit, and then we're going to get into the gardening, okay? Um, so starting with the shirts, shirt sales are slow, but you guys have been awesome on donations. If you can't afford the $27, I've had people that have done $5 and $4 or whatever they want. I want to do the shirts for you guys because I hate taking things. I hate asking for help. So I really appreciate everybody there. My brother-in-law Simon's on. Good night, Simon. He's already going to bed. Um, so we uh we are doing good on that. I think it's going to pick up a lot. I think I wish you could like relaunch a video or something like that to have that go back out so everybody could see that. For some reason, a bunch of you guys were actually there. You go, guys. Smelly feet. How are you doing? I look like a serial killer. I have a swastika right here. Yeah. So McCoy Oak Hill Farms. Welcome to the channel and to our live. Um, so anyway, uh, with that said, the fundraising's going pretty good. Um, we had a little bit of a God sent to us the day before I went and saw the lawyer. I had to let a vehicle go back, guys. My younger sister passed away. I was helping out with some stuff, and hammers are out. Uh, it was through Wells Fargo, and I got a letter from them the other day, and they completely dismissed the voluntary repossession, paid off the vehicle, and sent me back a check for 1,000 some odd dollars that I used directly into helping for the lawyer, which the lawyer fee was $4,000 retainer, almost $4,000 on the retainer fee. And anyway, it was for a CPI fraud that the federal government sued them for. And the reason that I had to let the car go back was my payment started at $268 and went to $700 within 6 months because they kept adding the CPI insurance back and back and back and back, and it kept compounding. I just couldn't make the payments anymore, not at $700. And so they got found guilty of this CPI fraud, and I got a small check back to help out on that. So you can save the video and repost it. I might do that just so everybody has it. So that helped out a lot. And my thing, like I told you guys before, it's not that I didn't have the money to pay for the lawyer for the retaining fees and stuff, but it was I had nothing. I have nothing left, and I'm still building the house. I've been saving money to do things on the house and stuff. So anyway, so that's where that at is now. As far as those, yeah, four blessings. Those random checks do help out a great deal. I was gonna tell you about it the other night, last night on your live, but I chose to hold off. Um, what kind of batteries do I have in the solar system? One solar system I have is an AMG sealed lead battery that's in there, and I can actually daisy chain those batteries into that. Um, and I get on the computer, I'll get 1,000 hours of runtime with recharging before I'm at 50%. So those little solar systems are amazing. So that was jumping off there. So I'm not going to pay attention to you guys, so don't ask questions for a second, and then I'll tell you to start posting questions again. So on the legal side of things with the lawyer and when I went to see them, I'm not going to go into too much detail. Once again, you guys all understand that. But I will say this. When I spoke to the lawyer, I don't think any lawyer should be as happy as what he was. And I know the gentleman who I hired. He's a fairly renowned HOA. He writes them and he destroys them, and he's very, 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 very well versed and known throughout the Tennessee. He actually has 3 cases. I think he said 3 cases that are in front of the Supreme Court and the Court of Appeals that are there. City Girl Country Art. Hey, try not to watch, but he was pretty happy once he looked at the original HOA and the revised HOA that they're trying to implement right now, and basically told me that neither one of them have any standing uh, for what we're doing. So told me not to mess with my animals, not to get rid of them or anything. That we would take it where we needed to go. So anyway, $4,000 later, we are we are we've had some letters written and sent, and that's where we're at right now. So made me feel a lot better. Took a lot of weight off of my shoulders since last week and the week before with his response to to both of those documents. So I'm happy with that. Uh, it's going to cost some more money, and that's fine. Uh, Sabrina, well, welcome back. Sorry you got knocked off. So that's where we're at. We still got a long ways to go. You know, I'm still down close to $3,000 after filing fees and doing what I needed to do. There's nothing. The white picket fence. There's nothing in the HOA that says anything about alternative energy. So I'm fine. Like I said, I think I'm fine. This gentleman is very, very versed and good at what he does. So I'm happy with that. Grandma's too happy. A lot of people don't know that if you go to court and you get through everything, you can actually ask the judge to award you all your court costs and fees back at the end. Absolutely, 3 baskets living. I would love to have some comfrey. Yeah, that would be amazing. We were just talking with North Star Prepstetter there. That would be awesome. So yeah, guys, some good news on that side. Like I said, I'm not going to go into much. Yes, I'm American, Joseph Hanna. Um, so you know, it's been pretty good. Hip pain is killer when trying to move. Wilma, I understand. My hips are about shot too from all the knee surgeries. Has your kilt arrived yet? Homestead in the Highlands? No. But Hoot Nanny, Nanny from Hoot Nanny Homestead actually sent me a message today, and my kilt was handmade from the kilt company that she ordered it from, and it is finished. So I suspect that it's in the mail, headed my way. So stay tuned. And I'm sorry, guys, that I didn't get a video out the last couple of days. This has been the week of all of the unplug, things like that. I've got 3 videos in the pipe that I've got to finish up doing the projects before I can release them. You'll probably get a bunch of videos popping out there at once. Bring on the kilts. 2020 Shindig Kilt Men Challenge. Every guy that shows up needs to have a kilt on at the Shindig next year. Thank you, Wilma. Can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it either. Um, the one she ordered is an olive drab green, woodland green, which is nice. I want a traditional kilt homestead in the Highlands. I would love to have a traditional, rabbit fur made kilt deal. I had one. That's what I had when I lived over in England. We went, had a maid, I had a wedding to go to, but that kilt was like $1,200. So you accept my challenge, Loma Acres Homestead. Awesome. No worries about the video. You have taken care of you. And yeah, I mean, and that's what it is. I didn't think anybody would have an issue, but there'll be like boom, 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 a bunch coming out. I want to go to the Shindig. Not sure on the kilt thing, Ella. You're wearing a kilt too there, brother. We're going to get you in there. And Ben is too. VW Family Farms. We're getting Ben in a kilt too. He's going to have a B kilt. Yeah, it would be way too warm for the climate, but it's the point of what it is. If I like when I do stuff like that, I don't splurge money on a lot of things other than hunting equipment, but that would be a nice one. Chris, you take care of the life videos. Can't take care of life videos. Yeah, they can, but you guys are part of my life. You guys are doing a lot of things to help me out, and it's awesome. Mims's Gardens, the Queen Heifer application T-shirts. are done and I think are in the mail. So we'll see those. Maybe I can wear that with the kilt. What do you think, Mims? Kilted with a little t-shirt action. The first one I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dress up nice. I gotta do that for Nanny and for Homestead in the Highlands. I'm gonna do it proper. Except I'm gonna have boots on because that's just the way I roll. Well, you don't act, Mary Dunn. It's actually the fur. They actually weave it. It's crazy. They actually weave this fur. How they weave rabbit fur, I don't know. But anyway, all right. Let's talk about some gardening stuff, guys. I killed about half my plants in the greenhouse. That's where we're going to start this gardening video from, so you guys know right off point that I'm not the greatest gardener in the world. I went out yesterday, had the windows up, left the windows. I mean, had the windows down, left the windows down overnight, and I guess it hit like 104 at some point in time yesterday, and it just wiped out all of the little cabbages and broccolis that I have. But I have time to direct sow a lot of those. My tomatoes are fine in there. I don't know. I guess it's just those brackises being a cold weather plant that it hit me pretty hard. Still got a few that might be able to be saved, but it's good to go. All my German Johnsons did really good. The few other tomatoes that I got from Jess, they're still good to go. Tips are a little burnt, but not real bad. And then you guys know the seed haul that I have this year between Jess, between what I ordered from Baker's Creek, between what all of you guys have sent me, and between what I got at the seed swap with the Stivers. I have a lot of stuff to plant. I am not going to get to do 21 raised beds with all of this stuff that's gone on with the HOA and things. I've had to concentrate on some other stuff and getting it done here on the actual property. And yeah, I can just sow them again for some of them, but I think I'll be able to direct sow and get the same results. So I think it'll be good to go. So what I'm going to end up with in total is I'm going to have the two large beds that are on the porch, which will be the summer garden, which are 4 feet wide, 8 feet long, and one's 4 feet wide, 10 feet long. And then I'm going to do some containers um, with some tomatoes and some squashes in those, some spaghetti squashes. And then down on the main garden, down the hill that I'll take you guys and show, I actually ran through, and that's one of the videos that's going to come. I got the boxes built. I got the mulch down in between them. I'm getting the super soil tomorrow. North Star Prep Steader. I'm trying to get to that question in a second if I can remember to get to it. Got all of it done, and it looks like I'm going to end up with anywhere from 13 to 15 beds, but two of those beds are going to be shallower. They're probably only going to be 6 to 8 inches deep, but I'm going to use that for my lettuce and stuff. And they're probably going to be 18 feet long. So they're going to be two beds in one. So that's why it's important to start more than you need. Not everything will make it. You can only do what you can do. Every little thing to do is progress. I agree with that North Star Prep Steader, and I did plant a lot more than I have. So there's 14 cauliflower already in the ground in the front that I got from the seeds from Jess and Maya from Roots and Refuge. So that was cool. So yeah, so we're going to try to work on that. I've got to go get some cattle panels, which are not needed right away. I need to get those over the next couple of weeks. Get my trellis systems in. I'm going to do the arch trellis systems because I just think they look cool and pretty. And then me and Elon tomorrow also, if I can work it into the time, are going to go and buy some flowering plants to put out in other parts of the yard that I want to make a little prettier. So we're going to have fun. She's looking forward to that, guys. She loves flowers. So we've got nasturtiums that are planted and growing. I've never been a flower grower, guys. So that's new for me this year. So any of you flower guys in here, chime in. Where do you get your super soil and cookful? I'm in Unicoi. I get my super soil from Joe Hoffman Composting, and I am going to post his phone number on here for all of you guys that are local, you can tell him that Chris Prevette sent you, and he will take care of you. He gets 60, I think it's $60 in that range per Bobcat scoop load. My face is glowing because I've got my phone out. So let me write this in here because I can't write talk. Let's get in there. Okay. So his name is Joe Hoffman. And his phone number is 423. And he's giving this out. I actually talked to him today. 423-943-07. I can barely see with this light when I look back. 1-2. So that's Joe's information coming up right now, guys. Error, try again. Okay. Why am I having error? Try again. And I've got full bars. So let's try this and copy. Says something went wrong. Paste. Send. Why is it giving me an error? Does anybody know why it would give me an error? Ivan? Nathan? Is it because I'm putting a phone number in there? Let's try this. Okay, it's going to not let me do that. So Joe Hoffman's phone number is 423-943-0712. Write that down if you need it. If you need it, ask me here in a minute. If you're in Northeast Tennessee, Virginia, that area, he does a wonderful job. He actually travels twice a week and picks up food scraps from locals and different restaurants and stuff, and puts them in there. And he's got a great system. But then he does, that's the super fine sifted super soil at $60 a scoop, which is about 15 to 17 bags worth of super soil in 50-pound bags. And then I don't know why it's not letting me do anything on that as far as type and stuff. Let me see if it'll just let me say hi. Nope. It's telling me I cannot type at all. Let's see. Okay. Well, is someone blocking me every time I do something? Because it said I'm doing it. And then, like right there, it'll come up. Did you guys see that bleep on there? And then it says, I put in there, it says hi, and then it bleeped me off. There you go. Thank you. Banned my own live stream. That is weird. Can you see if I write anything in here? Let's see. Okay. It's telling me error, try again. Yeah, my own monitors have blocked me. You silly people. Let's see. Yeah, it's not going to let me type at all, guys. So you just get to listen to me. So anyway, Joe Hoffman's who I get all that from. YouTube glitch. Yeah, it's been glitching on me all week. So I don't know if somebody can mute me on my own live stream. I don't know. So were you supposed to have a wrench there, City Girl Country Heart? You want one? I'll wrench you up. We got a bunch of wrenches on here. If you want a wrench, I'll wrench you up. Let me know. So, all right. So back to gardening. So I've got a ton of stuff to put in. Has anybody that's here in Northeast Tennessee, Virginia, North Carolina, up in these mountains, that's on the channel, has anybody ever grown celery? And would you start that this late in the year? That's kind of one that I've never done before at all. Okay, I know we are on late night with Chris, but did I miss why you're sitting in the dark? Harvesting the Bounty, welcome, because I hadn't seen you yet. And the reason we were sitting in the dark is because I actually pulled the plug on electricity and we are completely off grid now. And we are running off of a small solar generator and the oil lamps, and we're fine. We've got TV, we've got computer, we've got lights, but during the night I run the oil lamps just to save on the batteries, and that is why we're in the dark. So there you go. City Girl Country Heart. Oh, you were messaging a friend, it looks like. Okay. Uh, Woohoo! Yeah, that's what I said too. And we are ordering at the end of the week. We're ordering a hybrid turbine, wind turbine slash solar system. All right, hold on. The BA Prairie. I have celery root beginning in some water and has sprouting, so I hear it's time to put it in. Celery is long growing. It's been about 20 years since I tried it uh, up north here, so I can't tell you about it. North suburbs. Okay. Yeah, I just didn't know. I know it takes a long time. Does it handle heat really well, guys? Is celery a heat plant? Molly Mountain Girl. Molly, you're in Tennessee, correct? Or are you in North Carolina? And welcome, because I just saw you in here. So we've lost a couple. I know we lost Brett. No, it's not a heat plant. Okay. You're in Chicago, Francine. Make sure it's in partial shade for hot New Mexico summer. Big Bear has told me no many times. All right, we'll have to see. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. We're a 6A, 6B up here on the mountain, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. She moved mountains. I think celery is actually more toward that colder climate. It does better than it does in the warmer climates. So pretty interesting. That's one I haven't done. So what's? Let me ask you guys. Pete's little homestead. If you are you on here? Um, Let me know the most interesting thing you're growing this year, guys. That's what I want to hear. Okay, single dad homesteading. Tomato question. I heard years ago that temps below 50 and above 90 kill blossoms. Has anywhere? I have not heard necessarily that kills blossoms, but when you have that extreme temperature change, I heard it will stunt your plants, and I think that may be what's up with some of the plants I put out early. I rolled the dice on them, and we got down a couple nights into the 40s, and so the plants are like 3 months old, but they're only like this tall. They're really healthy looking. They've got blooms on and stuff, so I think they're going to produce. But I think they're going to be stunted. Pete's little homestead. Carrots are the most important or most interesting thing you're doing. I'm doing 3 or 4 varieties of carrots this year too, and I did carrots last year and I didn't do any good with them. But that's one of the reasons for doing the raised beds this year. So what other things do we have here? Good night, Tammy Russo. I live up in the hills and don't get much sun, having trouble growing anything. Mello, that's because you're in the woods of Kentucky. Uh, yeah, Christy Beats is right. They will, and when it gets too hot, they'll drop blossoms. But I've never heard them dropping blossoms below 50. I've just heard them getting stunted and not blossoming. But Prep Stetter, my parents had a garden when the temps were above 90 and the tomato plants did well. They had, I think what you have to do is go watch some of Jess from Roots and Refuges videos. And that's why she picks all, not even the suckers, but all the limbs and branches off of the plant up until the last 2 main branches. And that's to generate the airflow in there to help keep that from happening. City Girl Country Heart, I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing my summer garden in the front, peas, things like that we'll be able to harvest quick. I am going to put a little lettuce bed up there, having lettuce down at the bottom too, so that's interesting. The Bee Lady Apiary, I'm trying orange mint for the first time and also the toothache plant. I've not heard about the toothache plant, but I'm going to do some research on that. Can't grow them in the ground. the gravel, so I started raised bed. Breaking the soil, just breaking it, not turning it, breaking the soil, and then adding on top, and going to see where we go after raised bed. I plan on doing my tomatoes that way this year. Yeah, North Star Prep Steader. I've done that on all the tomatoes out here. The ones that were stunted, I did 2 days ago, and they've actually started to grow a little bit more. So I'm interested to see how that one goes. Busy little house. No, you just don't need anything to be frozen anymore. Anybody know plants that do well with not much sun? Who can answer that one? Yeah, Francine, she does that for the airflow and stuff. But I would have to think with the airflow through that plant is going to help keep um, that plant cooler so it wouldn't drop the blossoms as much. Just thinking, on the common sense side of that. Consider it Joy Homestead. White cucumbers, mixed colored carrots, your huge pumpkin seeds from the swap, romantico broccoli. Guys, when we went to the Stiver seed swap, I had some mega pumpkins that grow up to be a minimum of like 100 pounds, but they were eating pumpkins. So you grow them and you harvest them at like 40 and 50 pounds when you can still pick them with your thumbnail. And they were very good last year. They actually made some great pumpkin soup, but one of them will make enough pumpkin for you to can for the whole year. All my garden spots are going to be experiment this year. That's the only way you can learn and get stuff. I am doing a water trough, a large 5 foot water trough. I'm doing nothing but herbs in underneath my window out here. So that'll be good. Mims's Garden says, Mellow, that cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower early this fall. Chocolate mint is good. Tinker's wife's doing red noodle beans, blue butterfly peas, and red tree something another. I missed that as it zoomed by. So, yeah, I'm going to do the cinnamon basil this year, guys. That's one of the ones I'm looking forward to. And then if I can keep one of them alive, these white Persia tomatoes is going to be interesting. Raised beds is the only way to go for carrots. I'm thinking the same thing. That's why I've got, and then I made a potato box this year that's 12 feet long and 3 feet high. So I should have enough potatoes to feed the whole county. So chocolate mint. Chocolate mint. I've never had chocolate mint, so I'm gonna have to try that one out. So you're gonna try 4 different basil, City Girl Country Heart. Huge problem with worms and beetles in my cucumbers. Nothing natural has worked. Any ideas? Wow. I wonder if you could capture some ladybugs and put out there. It would help with some of that. Tubs of basil. Harvesting the bounty. What are you planning for the cinnamon basil? Not sure yet. I love Thai food, so I'm pho soup is actually how it's said. Mary Roberts, if you have some chocolate mint, I'll do some trading with you on something. I don't know what, maybe seeds or something. I'd like to have some of that to try. New for me this year for Northside Prep Steaders is butternut squash and hot peppers, cayenne, paprika, and hot poinsettia. Yeah, good to go. Pete's Little Homestead, give us some questions, buddy. I know you're doing some other stuff, so there are so many beautiful wildflowers here, though. I even have one that glows. That's cool. What plant do you have that's glowing right now? Chris, I have some chocolate mint seeds. City Girl Country Heart, that's awesome. If Mary doesn't have any, she does. So me and Mary is, I just found out Mary is really close to me. So me and Mary may become really good friends. Do you have kids, Mary? Playmates for Elin. Chocolate mint was on clearance at Lowe's here in Texas. I'll have to go check that out. But yeah, oh my God, I spent almost 3 weeks traveling through all Thailand 3 years ago. I never knew what I was eating. That's the best thing about Thai food. Spicy and it's great. Guys, I love hot and spicy food. It doesn't love me anymore, but I love it. And Elin actually likes spicy food, not super spicy, but she actually enjoys spicy food. She loves noodles. Elin is weird when it comes to food. She'll eat. She loves fish, which is awesome. Some of the things that she loves are like stuff that you wouldn't think a kid would like, and then she doesn't like anything else that is normal. She does like chicken nuggets. My mom's got her stuck on that. No, my kids are all grown, started young in life. Understand, Mary Roberts. That's cool. Um, have you tried the good quality? Okay, I think you're talking to someone else. I'm growing apocalyptic scorpion. Oh my goodness, you are a crazy woman. I like hot, but I like hot that has flavor. Um, does cinnamon basil have a cinnamon flavor smell? I have seeds but haven't planted them yet. And Andy, I have no clue. That's what I was saying. I'm hoping that it has that little bit of a cinnamon flavor to it or spice to the back of it because I really think that would be good with the fun noodle soup and stuff. Are you doing a gray water system or planning on it for your garden? Ural, I have a gray water system. Here's a funny story. All the way around the back of the house to the front corner. Laid out, drew out plans. That's one of the few things we had to have an inspection in the county where I'm at, is on your temporary power and your septic system. And so they dug this ditch and it had to be like 4 feet below the septic system and all this. Well, we got to the corner and it's one of my dad's really, really good friends is the backhoe operator. He said, Chris, we're at 14 feet deep right now. And the house was already built. The corner of this house is going to cave in if we go any deeper. This is crazy. So we called him up and got the inspector to come out and the ditch that they drew where it should be and gave us all the specs for should have been an interceptor ditch that went on the other side of the septic system. So they ended up doing everything, getting everything fixed, figured out where we were. Once we got down to that deep, they could see that there was no water flow, so they didn't have to have the ditch down there. But what he ended up letting us do was backfill it with gravel, and I ran a gray water system. So I have a gray water system that runs from the corner of my house all the way around that was backfilled, but 4 feet of it, and then it's got almost 30 inches of gravel in it with a pipe going through it for a gray water system. So no, it's not into the garden, but I do have a gray water system that I could probably plant on that line and do very well on. So, all right, now let me see over here questions. With all the tomatoes I'll have, there will be lots of salsa. I agree. I'm gonna have lots of salsa this year too. I need help with compost worms. Do you have them? Z-Man, the B-Man. You can actually start a composting pile. Go buy you 5 or 6 dozen worms out at the local gas station and actually get them to start working through that. You can buy red worms. You can buy the night crawlers, whatever. Red worms seem to do better for that. If that answers your question. Basil is very easy to grow. I agree with that. I saw somebody say there. Mims's Garden. Y'all please hit the thumbs up for Single Dad Homesteading. I think we're doing pretty good. If anybody new to come in, please hit that. I'm growing Kennebec this year. What's Kennebec? What's Kennebec? I don't know what Kennebec is. Green Greg has worms. Green Greg has worms there. Zan the Z-Man, Z-Man the B-Man. Potatoes. I don't know what that's from, but I love growing potatoes. Rabbit New usually has red worms in it. Yes. Um, good look. All the awesome info. Can't write it down fast enough. I know I'm trying to read and get the info too. I'm gonna have to go back and watch my own live to get that. My little girl is an expert worm hunter. Mine is too. I'll turn over a rock and Elin will fill up a small coffee can for them and go pour them in the garden, or she gives them to the chickens. But she loves catching worms. I think that's a country thing. City Girl Country Art. Chris, I have Thai hot chili pepper seeds. I do not do hot like that. Do you want some? Yes, I would love to have some. Please, please, please. Kenbeck potatoes. Okay, I got you. I'm gonna do reds, the little baby golds, and then I'll do an Idaho style. And then I've got sweet potato slips growing in the windowsill behind me that I need to pull and let root out a little bit more. Pete's Little Home said, "Yes, country girl." Okay, email me your address and I'll send you some other seeds too. Awesome. It's P.O. Box 13, Unicoi, Tennessee, 37692. And one of the moderators will post that in a second, I'm sure, because they are awesome. I can take and shovel up just the first 3 inches of any place in my yard and get 20 worms. It's my soil is awesome, but for some reason, there's the drainage is what keeps it. Which I guess I could do research and get different types of stuff to do that. Yeah, the B-Man. I'm gonna start watching that. One of the more exciting things that's coming up is my neighbor has now come to me for the second time. I think we are actually going to do bees here soon. The tinker's wife, we used to do it when we lived in Ohio when I was a little kid. It would rain and we would river fish all the time. So my dad would have, as soon as it rained and finished, we'd be outside picking up these big, huge, long night crawlers as big as your thumb. It was cool. Mama Bear's back. There's the address right there. The busy little house just stuck it up there. Four Blessings Farm. We have gopher and moles and can't seem to get rid of them permanently. You or anyone have any good ideas? They eat up the worms. We had a lot of moles as well, and a good cat and a good small dog will get rid of those if you let them run around your yard. Uh, your yard's going to get tore up some, but they do a pretty good job um, getting those. At least ours did. And Mellow grew some red dragon habaneros and about died. Yeah, Harvesting the Bounty said she's got a good cat that does that. Human hair, a busy little house said human hair helps with the moles and stuff. Anybody growing green radishes? I'm growing a white radish this year. Those need to get in the ground. And I'm going to do something this year too, experiment in some of my beds. I'm going to do the sand mixture with my carrots and radishes, and then I'm just going to throw them in the middles. I'm going to grow those in the middles of all my tomatoes and beans. So I'm going to grow them up, and then I'm going to spread those through the middle. So my beans will grow on the trellis, my tomatoes will be on the side, and then the centers will be done with all my smaller root vegetables, carrots and stuff like that. So I'm hoping to see how that works out. Frances says she plants green radishes. Black pepper keeps rabbits out of your beds. Okay. I'm reading. I've got a little bug flying around behind me. I see it in the camera. It caught my attention. Let's see. Questions. Gonna try to grow some pickles this year. Well, you better grow the cucumbers and then make the pickles. And I just had to do that. Sorry. I have my carrot and radish out ready. All right. Yep. Hey, who on here? This is something that I've done, and they're actually sitting beside me. If I had more light, I'd show you. I did all my starts and stuff on my like my bunch onions and my shallots and leeks because somebody had told me to do that. Start those underneath the grow light. They're this high now. Do you let those go until you actually can pick them out and they got a bulb and then transplant them? How does that work for you guys on transplanting those like green onions and stuff like that? Big onions, I'm good to go on, but I've never grown like bunch onions and shallots. I need to do some. I need to do some garlic next year. Busy little house. Okay, you guys are in some different conversations, so I'm going to read some of your conversations while we sit here. So, but I like these when you guys get to going on them, and then I can catch stuff and bring it up on here, and we can go. Yeah, garlic starts in September. I knew it started real early, but I think what I'm going to do is try to get it started at the end of the season and overwinter it a small bed in the greenhouse. If I planted in February, it would be an ice cube for up here. I'm trying to bunch onions this year. Yeah, Pete's Little House. I'm trying a bunch of little stuff too that's new for me this year. You know, I got my staples that I know I'll be okay on: zucchini, yellow crookneck squash. Uh, if you guys didn't hear me on my other one, I'll plant 20 crookneck squash plants, and there will be none go into any jars or anything for canning because we'll eat every one of them during the summer. I love some squash, and I love spaghetti squash. Is there anybody else on here going to grow spaghetti squash this year? It's probably one of my favorite meals. I missed whatever Carol said. Mary's Organic Garden. If onions are getting tall, you can trim them before you replant them. I plant garlic in. Okay. We have it started. Spaghetti squash. Debbie Moore says, bunch of hearts. Butternut squash is a good one too. And then has anybody ever grown Wisconsin? I'm gonna grow some of those this year too. He weed whacked your he weed whacked your garlic and carrots. That man's gonna get beat. I like the yellow summer. I love yellow summer squash. Crook neck, straight neck. I like zucchinis. All right, here you guys go. Here's my chef coming out. I would say Abby's already in bed. But here's something that I don't know if a lot of you will do, but it's amazing. Take and slice your cucumbers up where they're about this thick, about a quarter-inch thick. Put olive oil on them and crushed black pepper, and throw them on your grill and grill them. And they are amazing. Wisconsin. Yeah, it's North Star Prep Stetter. Send me your address. Email me your address. I'll send you some. It might not be good for this year, but for next year. You got to. I might have to get some of that off of you, Mary, if you've got a bunch of it started and you got some to give away. I think I'm just going to buy all your other stuff now that I killed all mine. And I didn't really kill it. It's first time ever having a greenhouse, so I'm learning on it too. So I'm sorry it's been a bad week, Mims. I just read into your other conversation there, but oh well. I'm growing acorn squash out front of my porch this year. City Girl Country Heart. Cool. What I might have said something wrong. Mean squash. What did I say? I don't know what I said. No, if you're talking about the grill, no. Use your cucumbers. Take your cucumbers and slice them about a quarter-inch thick. Put olive oil on them and crushed pepper, a little bit of sea salt if you want to, and grill them. They are awesome. Yeah, Carol, I love doing them on the grill that way too. Throwing some in there. I've actually found 3 morel mushrooms the other day that were about this big, and they've dried down. They're about this big now. So, grilled cucumbers, the same things you make pickles out of. Grilled cucumbers, guys. They are amazing. Try it, you'll love it. And to make it with it, here's your whole dish, all right? Grill your cucumbers, Do some asparagus the same way, and then take you some chicken breast, rub them down, and put cinnamon and smoked paprika on them. Rub it in and grill them, and you'll like that one too. Just a little bit of the smoked paprika. So um, I just got a important text here, not to jump off of here with you guys, but this is on Eli. Anyway, that one was an interesting one. I thought it was something different. So grilled okra is great. Pickled okra is great. It's not as slimy. Let's see. All of it is awesome on the grill. Cucumber, squash, mushrooms, onions, broccoli, cauliflower, you name it. If I agree. If you can grill it, it's better. I'm just going to go on vacation at your house, Chris. I'll bring my hammock. Come on, you don't have to bring a hammock. We'll make room. Come on, harvesting the bounty. If I get all this HOA thing done, I might have a big party up here. Grilled bacon wrapped asparagus is amazing. Absolutely. Anything with bacon and grilled is like almost heavenly. Chris, what is Wisconsin squash? I haven't heard of it. Sounds interesting. It looks like a pumpkin. They call them Wisconsin rounds, and it's an actual squash, but it looks like a pumpkin. They're about this big around, and they're only about this tall, and they're like a brownish orange. Um, I may have a pack of them right here. Let me see. It's a lot of. I don't think. Nope, they're not going to be in that one. It's too dark for me to see those right now, guys. You'll cook out. Cindy Curtis said she's going to cut out the worms and grill the cukes. Okay, I understand. Making me drool and ask Jen to make some bacon. Hey, I'm telling you, I can't wait. I don't know if you guys remember, but I traded the coons for the old spots, and I spoke to him today. And when I saw the old spots, they were about 130 pounds. He said they put on about 25 pounds in the last couple of weeks. So pretty pretty interesting. Mello says shindig at my place. Why is it so dark? Life with Linda, I pulled the plug. We went completely off grid. So everything that's around me is oil lamps. And we have a small 150 watt solar generator we're using. And then on Friday, I'm actually placing the order for the solar system was here, which I've been saving and doing everything for and thought I was going to be um, a lot crazy. Hey, hammers, there you go. Um, the ability to put that in and get that done. We had talked about that a little bit earlier. Life with Linda was off grid last night due to a power outage. So it's a homesteading channel, and I'm not going to say the name because it may offend somebody here. For blessings, you're wearing a kilt and coming to the shindig. So yeah, Rainbow 505. Email me about the solar stuff. Consider it Joy Homestead is another one. Lundy is a genius. His channel's just started, but we talked him into doing that at the Stiber seed swap, and they had been on the fence. But Lundy, the husband over at Consider It Joy Homestead, is very knowledgeable. There is a book at Lowe's for basic stuff. It's called DIY Solar, and go spend the $19 and buy that book. It will help you out a tremendous amount to read that book before everybody starts doing other stuff. Is pulling the plug temporary test or it's a permanent situation? North Star Prep Stetter. That's been the whole plan the whole time. So it's kind of nice. I'm one of those people that don't feel like you should um, you should try to ease into things, because if you try to ease into stuff, something will always happen to allow you to continue on with what you're doing. Oh, well, I need to do this. Or, oh, the baby's got her favorite shows. So we just went to the point, like she told me tonight. She said, Daddy, I'm down to one episode at night when I go to bed because I want to start sleeping better. My kid is so smart. So DYI Solar. Yep, that's the name of it, Rainbow 505. You're from Wisconsin and never heard of them. It might just be the thing. They look like a wheel of cheese, like a Wisconsin wheel of cheese. That might be where the name comes from. But yeah, so the solar thing is been on the thing. I was telling everybody earlier, Rainbow 505, that I wasn't interested in doing wind turbines until I talked to Lundy from Considerate Joy Homestead. She is out of the mouth of babies. The truth was, I wish we could all have the faith. We talked about that the other night on Four Blessings. Um, that if you could have the faith of a child, it'd be awesome. Wind turbines. I'm doing a hybrid system, Rainbow 505, with the wind turbine from Missouri Windmills. If Consider It Joy, there it is. Consider It Joy Homestead just posted it. It's a mini windmill vlog this morning. Okay, cool. So we'll go in there and look at that mini windmill vlog and go check it out. And I'm sure he's got the information on there. But the system he's using doesn't use a clutch. He uses a disperser, and I think he's running his through a light that stays on to disperse the extra power that it does. And a lot of people don't understand that you can actually run a direct current from a windmill, so you don't have to have a battery bank. It's nice to have it, but the system that I'm looking at requires you to have anywhere from mile per hour winds, and our average wind speed year round is 4.3 to 6.9. So I'm looking at that. I've never been a big windmill supporter, just for the simple fact of those clutches, but um, I'm uh, I'm going with it. I got to check this one again. It's sorry guys. This is Eli's dad texted me. I thought something might be wrong. We're having some issues with the X and child support right now. Okay, so what did I miss here? Rocking C, how are you doing tonight? Welcome. I'm glad to see you on here, man. That's awesome. We've talked about a little bit of everything. This live tonight has been mostly consisting of windmill turbine systems and gardening. We read some scripture earlier. If you would like to go back and read that, it was just a simple chapter verse. It was Psalms 73, verse 26. It hits some of us folks that are getting a little upper. G Miles Garden, we're always still live. You know that this is marathon sessions. You get on a single dad homestead and you never know how long it's going to go. You're back, LWY, off grid homestead. Yeah, we're at 60. I think we got to 81 is the highest we've gotten tonight. We made it to 100 the other night. So, and I think that was through the 99 trolls that came on and started playing games. So, oh, Hannock Farms, we're at 81 thumbs up, 67 on. So I think everybody here, with the exception of maybe Rocking C, has hit the thumbs up, and that's only because he just literally walked through the door. Well, I'm seeing 81 likes and 67 watching. So it's kind of interesting on how the difference is. We got in that conversation the other night too of how many people are watching and all of that. So it's kind of weird. And like I said, just to see how things are going, it's see, it still got me restricted on being able to type anything in myself. I got 2 unlikes. I got 2 thumbs down. Yep. It's interesting. Like now it's at 98 and I'm not seeing any of that. So, but like I said, mine is kind of being odd. I'm running good, so it wasn't the BA Prairie. She didn't block me on anything. So, well, the white picket fence, I'd probably tell you I know that those 2 people are, and it might have something to do with an HOA. So now you'll understand why we don't go into too much detail. Yep, I'm still showing 6781 at 1 hour and 41 minutes. So as long as it's still coming through to you guys, I'm fine. If you guys can see me, I'm good to go. Now, here's some other good news that I meant to say earlier today before we got this. We hit 3,000 hours of viewing time. Thanks to you guys. A great deal of great thanks to you guys that are on here watching these lives. I got a bug on my screen. So we hit 3,000. Who are we saying good night to? Mama Bear, good night. Go lay down, get some rest. So we hit that. I say we're probably about 3,020 today. So if you've not watched some of the other videos, if you would do me a favor and go watch some of them, catch up on some of them, that would help out tremendously. There are playlists. I won't tell you what to do with those playlists because we're not supposed to do that. Got me thinking and looking at the wind generators at the last charge phones, laptops, and other. Hey, the one I'm looking at is 2,000 volts or 2,000 volts, 2,000 watts. So you can run your whole house. And it's less than $700 there for Blessings Farm. So, I mean, it's crazy. By the time you buy your batteries and stuff, you'll be in it for a quarter of what you'll be into solar. Yeah, I'm pretty happy too. The busy little house with the 3,000. It's coming pretty crazy and hard. Fish oil, hemp, CBD oil is not regulated. We have low THC. My mom's doing the CBD oil, guys. If you guys want questions for her next time she comes on, I don't mind that conversation happening. I don't like to get into marijuana conversations, but the CBD oil is legal in the state of Tennessee, and yeah, I think it's much more natural than drinking. So, and I'll drink a beer every once in a while. I won't lie to anybody. Single day, got your Baker's Creek shopping list. Wait a minute, I missed something up there. Shopping list together. Oh, bring going. Thank you, I appreciate that. So let's see if I missed something in there between that. See, we have nice crosswinds here all the time. Well, the thing with this new system that's Considerate Joy's put us on for Blessing Farms is it will actually track with the wind. It pivots, so you'll be able to catch all of it. And without it having that clutch system in there, that's the big thing that was always showing me off on them is because the clutches would burn up so fast. It wasn't cost effective to go wind. I don't like you anymore, Ann and Andy's homestead, if you're going to Baker's Creek, because I want to go and I'm not going to get to. Good luck, guys. I'm glad you're getting to go. I oversowed my radishes too close together. So pick out some of them. Gmail, that's an easy one. Just go through and pick some. Well, I'll pray for you too. I don't know what I'm praying for right now, Gmail's garden, but I'm sure it's worthwhile. How big is that turbine? They've got them anywhere from 300 watts or 200 watts all the way up to 2,000. No, Mello, what was the question about the t-shirts? I'm sorry. I'm not going to. Yeah, see, Harvest the Bounty is going to cry with me. Happy birthday to you. Harvest the bounty. Going to your uncle's 80th birthday party Sunday. That's awesome. 80 years. That's amazing. Like I said, I'm living to 125, guys. My great grandpa died when he was 100 years, 4 months old. I miss that. I wish you were going someplace. We're going to try to make it up to Doug and Stacy's event. We're going to Appalachian Homestead, and we are going to HOA this year. I'm going to HOA. Elin is going to go to the Appalachian Homestead convention with me and then not make it to the others. And I'm going so I can meet my hero in Mims's garden, Anna. Oh, Gmal's having heart surgery. I will definitely put in a bunch. Yes. Mel, I answered that when you asked that question the other day. I went back and answered that. We are, I can go all the way up to 4X on the t-shirts. There's just the upcharge from 2X and up is a $3 upcharge that they're charging me. I'm not charging anything more than that. Yeah, 4 blessings. Give me an email. I need to call you. I was off the mountain today and just didn't get time. So everybody take a minute right now and say a little prayer for Gma. Okay, I'm back. Gma's got some Egyptian walking onions. I actually think I've actually eaten those before, and they have a great sweet spice to them. They're like a nice sharp bite to them. Oh, awesome! I get to meet there too. Awesome. Are you guys going to set up a booth up there, Mims? Are you guys going to do anything like that, or are you guys just going for the classes? Shebear Acres. You said the wind turbine was from Missouri Wind and Solar. Considerate Joy had sent that up, and I'm pretty sure it's Missouri Windmills. Off the wall question: do you sing? You don't want to hear me sing, Mello. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You gonna get more tonight, Gmal's Garden. Oh, good. Harvesting the Valley. I got to meet you there then at the HOA. I actually got I got very privileged. I actually was talked into going to HOA by Jess and Maya, and I'm gonna get to spend some quality time with them. I actually may be staying with them. I'm not sure yet. Um, it's just gonna be me, or at least with that group. There's a big group of them going, so we'll see. Just going for old Alabama Garden. You said that, Mims. Do you know him personally? Why did my picture go dark? Because I turned on this phone and it went crazy. Are you guys, can you see me now? Harvesting the bounty. You met me briefly at the shindig. How am I harvesting the bounty? What did we talk? Where did we meet at the Best Western? Did you did you have the older girls at the pool? Turn on flashlight. I had quadruple bypass in 2004 GMA's garden. What are they doing now, GMA, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, I look so young and sweetheart. Look at look. See these? I could walk up them. And this big gray, I've earned all of it. Elin loves them. She says those are my walrus tusk. Harvey's man, I was the one with the kids in the pool. Also the lobby playing. Yes. Okay. I know who you are now. That's good. Yep. I wish we would have talked. That would have been nice. I met so many good people at the shindig. I cannot wait until everybody gets to go next year. I think that that's gonna be a huge, huge, huge um, event next year. Old Alabama gardener and I became good friends. Oh, I chat him up for advice. Uh, Entertains my ignorance. LOL. Actually subbed me. That's awesome. Yeah, that's kind of cool. When you get one of those bigger channels to do that. A lot of bigger channels, if you guys don't know this, won't sub everybody because they just don't have the space to sub people when they get so big. I mean, you got to think about it. There's thousands of our channels that watch like Reach and Refuge and those bigger channels. So it's really hard for all of them to actually, sub everybody. And they also have to look out for their reputation, what they're doing, and you get carried away and sub everybody that you know, and you can get in trouble that way. When I go on to look and sub you guys, I actually go on and look at the thing, go through and watch videos and stuff, and I'll watch 3 videos before I sub a channel. So if I'm subbed to you, I've watched your videos. Um, so uh, I think it was within the first 30 or 40 subs that I have, Dutch from Keeping It Dutch had subbed me, and he was at like 80 something thousand or 68,000 or something. And he's still the biggest channel that's subbed to my channel. Chris's picture is taking up the entire screen, and my chat is below, making me not able to see him. And the chat, this is different than live shows before. I wonder why it is like that. Go to the bottom of your screen. I do it all the time. Hit the rectangle by itself, and it'll take you back to this. If you need to jump off and then log back in, it'll put your chat back on the side. Gmail's Garden. I do it all the time. I hit the wrong button. And I actually talked to, I've actually chit chatted and emailed with Dutch a little bit. We're both Marines, so that's good. I did his little video challenge to help him out. I was so glad he hit 100,000, and I've actually gotten a lot of subs from him from those videos. A lot of people don't like him because he tries to. He knows how to play the game very well as far as getting stuff in here. Dutch needs prayers too. Had tornadoes close yesterday. Yeah, I saw that he had some tornadoes and stuff pass through. Dutch sub G2 Mims' Garden. Awesome. That's awesome, Mims' Garden, that she subbed you. I know that's a big badge of honor because they really do. They're not subbed to me, and when we're friends, I have their phone number, and we chit chat. Me and Jeremiah chit chat, not often, but pretty often. Um, so that's awesome that she's subbed to you. So, but it's hard. Like for me, it's hard keeping up with everybody that goes live because my list has gotten so stinking long. I hit the bells for the lives usually. If I know you do a live, I hit the bell so that does that because I believe that my time that I do get to spend watching everybody else, that this is where the best time is. I love watching. If I see a video that catches my attention, that's something that I'm trying to find out, it works out. Yes, they are. Maya be watching you. LOL. I don't catch that one, Miss. I know he's jumped onto our lives quite a bit. I think that may be 2 questions in one for you that I've missed somehow. I'm chewing on a cough drop because my throat started to get a little rough here earlier. What is your guys saying on how many people are watching and how many thumbs up? And I'm asking that because I want to see how many people are dumping off. So we've hit over 100. Mine still says 67 and 81. You went to whack control and hit the out button. I understand. Nathan, how you doing, brother? I have not got to talk to you tonight. I've seen you jump in and out a couple of times. How you doing, brother? And are you going to be at the Appalachian Homestead? I think you said you were, weren't you, Sampson's Farm, Nathan? I knew that pretty well back when he first started. He's a good guy. I like his attitude. Tinker wife says 79 up and 52. See, that's just so crazy because I've got people saying 102 with 52 watching. Tinker's wife says 79 up, thumbs up with 52 watching. Mine says 67 with 81 watching. Samson's Farm, City Girl wants to know how them quail are doing. I'm doing great. On a late Saturday and been playing. That is fun. Dutch's channel is Keeping It Dutch. And don't pay attention to his titles of his videos because he'll make you think the whole world's coming to an end. He'll be like, I'm going to shoot this cow, and he'll have a gun out. He's not shooting the cow. Yeah, B Lady Apiary. He's an awesome guy. He just knows how to play. It's not clickbait. I don't think what he does is clickbait, but he knows how to play the system really well. I was vaguely saying you and Maya have the bromance going on. He's probably subbed privately. You can't see it. Oh, I hope so. I didn't know you could sub privately. Can I go into my analytics and see who subbed privately? Mims's Garden. Watching is going down 3. Okay. You have turned 3 garden dibble during this live stream. Nice. Are you meaning you're making the handles and stuff for those, or what's going on, Nathan? Mims's Garden. Nathan Samson said, you, the family, Chris, Jen, and I need to meet up all at once. That'll work. That'd be a lot of fun. Me and Nathan had a good time when we were at the shindig. I had fun with everybody at the shindig. Should you go country art? You can go to your email and see who has subbed you. I can too, but what Mims is saying is that they can privately sub you, that you don't know that. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. We will have to ask Mr. Darrell if we can see how we will have to ask Darrell that one. That would be a good one. Nathan, you're pretty good at this. Do you know if you can see who's privately subbed you, like your side of things? Mary's Organic Garden Journal, you're done. I hope you're not done with us. You can set things private. Yeah, you can set things private. I understand that. But she's saying that someone can sub you for blessings. Like I could sub your channel, but I can do it privately and you don't know that I'm subbed to you, which I would think that there would be a way that you could see that. What is the gathering happening in October in Virginia? That is the HOA. That is the largest, from what I understand, the largest homesteading event out there. I'm new to this part of the homesteading stuff. So you miss a lot of lives. Well, I'm glad you're on mine, Fairy Tale Creation. Figure out the weird number, go out, completely come back on to get the real time and number. Yeah, but I can't do that. I'll lose you guys. So we'll see. Tinker's wife, 102 likes, 46 on. So that's good. I just didn't want it to get down to there's like 5 of us and talking to you, and that's cool because we actually get to have some more intimate conversation. But it can get a little crazy. If you guys have Facebook and stuff, share my videos for me. Let's try to get me over that 4,000. I'd love to see that happen. That gets you to the monetization part, but that's not the big part for me. It's just a milestone. I was on a live stream and they said hello to the person above me and below 3 times. I know one, Wanda at Deep South told me once that they sub privately so that no one knows they are there. Something about incognito. I've heard that you can do it. I'm just would think that you as the channel could see who it was, even though nobody else could. Like if you went into your analytics, I'll get in there and play later and see what's happening. Wendy Whittle, me too, usually still outside working. I think that's the first time I've seen you come by, Wendy. So hey, and thanks for coming on. I got some of these dibbles looking like romaine gladius. Send me one, brother. I'll use it. I'll use it with my kilt that's coming. You can turn me a pommel, and I'll have a sword made. Yeah, it is a little creepy that somebody can do that. I hope I'm doing that. That's crazy. I'll share your videos, but we need you to do a single dad page on Facebook, even though I hate it. It would be good for your channel. I know, Mims, you can start it. I don't want to do it. Honestly, I know that everybody does the Instagram and the tweeting and the Facebook and all that good stuff. I just really, man, I don't I don't want to go back to that world. That's a big part why I finally pulled the plug. Was the last election with Facebook. You shared before it even started. Four Blessings Farm, guys. Four Blessings Farms did an awesome live the other night. He did a real good job for his first official live. I think wasn't it Four Blessings Farm? Yeah, it is hard to keep up, Wendy. So that's why I say when I catch you coming by, it's like McCoy's Oak Hill Farm. I've seen them go by a couple times. I'm pretty sure I've said that. Hi to them. Yeah, I'm not a Facebook fan either. When you share a video, where does it get shared? Hello, always wondered that. Well, if you share the video on Facebook, what it does is it puts it out to all your friends and family, and then if they like it, they'll share it, and it just kind of does that pyramid scheme type of thing and keeps going out. I've had several videos that have been shared. Um, Chris, I have many people who people I know that aren't doing Facebook anymore because it came down. Yeah, just stupid addiction type stuff, and not only that, but just people getting mad at each other for political reasons. And I had a buddy that won't even talk to me anymore over the last election. I understand I had to remind myself to check my Facebook and Instagram out. It's not really subbing privately. It's allowing who I missed that. I gotta go back up. Hold on. Allow it's you allowing who you're sub to being available for others to see or not. No, Three Baskets Living, from what I'm understanding, and Mims, correct me if I'm wrong. Um, what I'm understanding, Three Baskets, is you yourself can go sub someone, but you do it privately, and it does not allow that information to be shared. Okay, another conversation. Some of you guys aren't putting all caps. I'm having to read in there and figure that out. Facebook's always been angry. I just use social media to promote myself. I understand that, Samson. You do a good job too. I watched a bunch more of your videos the other day. I like the way you do. I saw on Two Families where he was hitting on some stuff, and a couple of videos that I hadn't seen. I went and checked them out. Potential helpers do have to wait on emails because I actually hate emailing, and I hate talking on the phone. I enjoy this though. It's actually kind of funny that I enjoy this. That must be it. You are sub to me privately. I'm sub to you, the B Lady Apiary. I know I'm sub to you. I've actually subbed you twice. Remember we talked about that the other day. Let's see if it'll let me do it now. If it'll let me go to your channel. It will not, guys. It will not even let me go up and open anything for a channel. That is funny. See, it won't even. It still won't let me send a message or anything or post anything. That's crazy. But it's also not changing on my thing up here. Okay, I've got the best way for YouTube sharing is to add each other's videos to your playlist. Example: when you reveal the shirt I created, I'll add the video to my play. Okay, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Just saying it. I got you. Three baskets. I'm good at saying things differently and then not understanding what I'm saying. You understand? My personal page has been put in jail a few times. I'm missing some comments and stuff. We are a lot. We are a lot alike about that social media. Yeah, Wendy, it's just craziness. I am on all of these platforms because the Bee Lady Apiary is formal restaurant business, etc. And boy, does it help at tax time. I got you. I'm not making any money really off of it right now, so I mean that's not a big thing. I actually own. I said this before, B Lady Apiary, when you were discussing it on Two Family. I actually own the rights to Prepping 101. I actually bought those when it first started, where you could buy that domain type thing. I bought that up, and I've actually been offered some huge money for that. Ann and Andy, I'm sorry your electric keeps going out. I hope the weather stays good so you're there, but good night. Many YouTube and other channels are now also business unbeknownst to their followers. Oh yeah, absolutely. And I've actually visited some and joined them and had some great conversations about that. And it'd be nice if it ever got there, but you're literally talking years down the road. And we're growing fast, and that's the crazy part. We've been doing this since January the 2nd, and we're I think I don't know who knows how many subs we're at right now, 1650 something, and at 3,000 hours. So that's quick for that kind of growth. Understand, B Lady Prairie. Some folks aren't raised right. Yeah, they aren't. That's why we got hammers. What happened with that, Chris? You're not doing prepping 101. That was my school. I had the school was called Prepping 101, and when Elon came around and it became a single dad thing, I you know Elon is my priority, and that's what I did. And single dad homes or prepping 101 is still there, and I still teach. I do churches quite often. If they'll call and do that, and men's groups and stuff, and I do a lot of ladies caning courses. So if someone calls and wants to be active that way, so okay, that wasn't for me. So yeah, it's it. I keep leaning back. That's why it gets dark, guys. I'm sorry. Um, but prepping 101 is still there, and we'll talk about that a lot of times. My mindset on prepping and what I consider as prepping is different than others. It's just I was smart enough to know prepping was coming into a full swing, and that was a good channel and a good name to snatch up and go. Oh yeah, I watched your video about your bug out bag several years ago. It was really good. You should link it. Yeah, I should link it in here. That was a bug out case that I did. I've said it on a couple of channels and have actually gotten some pretty nasty emails from old friends that are preppers because I said that uh, homesteaders are what preppers inspire to be because they're actually using the tools and doing what prepper is putting tools back for. You need to prep, and that's this Appalachian lifestyle is prepping to me. You garden in the summer, you put it away, you hunt and you fish to be able to survive on a daily basis throughout the year. Um, and prepping, you're putting away tools, you're putting away gear and stuff like that. But I think a lot of preppers do not implement those skills that they need to implement. So, got to hit the sack fight. Yeah, good night. See you later at Four Blessings Farm. We appreciate you very much for coming out. They're going to do a fundraiser through Etsy through the post that up, Four Blessings, if you can, and we'll approve that, the Etsy site for your shirts that you're doing. They're doing shirts and mugs and stickers and everything for the channel, and for this whole next 30 days, they are going to donate that money back toward the legal cost. Did someone say seeds? We always say seeds on this channel. Yeah, plain speaker seed MREs do get old. They're great to have. If you guys want to stock some food up long term that's going to hold for a long, long time, you need to go do Thrive. Thrive Foods, 2 family homes. I'm an actual rep, but I'm not going to do any Thrive other than promote it. Go to 2 Family Homestead and order it. You will not be disappointed. If it says it's beef, it's beef. It has nothing else added to it. If it says that it's corn, sweet corn, it's sweet corn. It's absolutely great. Absolutely. That's why I'm New Tradition Farmstead. Love it. Hey, Lou, just Lou, welcome. I'm glad to see you on here. Hit that like button for me. I'm glad to see you on here. I got to watch some more of your cooking videos soon. Let's see. I will link Julie's email. Yeah, they're gonna do pre-sales on their shirts and stuff too, guys. So yeah, throw that up here and there you go. Mims has got it for you. So anyway, if you want to put away some long-term food storage, which is good, you need to do. I have a year's supply of Thrive here at my house. I would recommend going with Thrive. The price point is much, much lower than any place else, and the food is twice the quality and flavor. Mountain House is really good, but Mountain House is good to put in your backpack and stuff for a quick emergency. The sodium level is so high on it that it's not good long term for you to eat that for a long period of time. But I've actually have made meals and cooked with Thrive and do it on a regular basis. I order the pancake mix for my pancake mixes when we do it. They have a 9-grain pancake mix that's phenomenal. Let's see. I missed one there. MREs from the 60s were actually C rations and totally different from the MREs from today. They are totally different. And I've actually eaten C rations that were 60 some years old and was fine. But yeah, go check out Thrive. If you guys, you can go to Thrive Foods and look on their site, and then you can actually go on to 2 Family and look up their link so that you can order through them. And they have what they call a queue. You can go in and make your whole list. You can spend $3,000, make a whole list, and then say, I want to spend $80 a month. And they'll start taking $80 from that list of mixed stuff and sending it to you. But the way I did it, because I didn't want a package, I went through and handpicked what I wanted and would wait for it to come on sale, because they'll run sales on like milk, powdered milk, or they'll run sales on beef and all that, and I would go order it that way. So let's see. Okay, gonna ask, is Thrive a cult or a pyramid scheme? It is not a cult or a pyramid scheme. Actually, it's a company out of Utah, and what they do is they sell it like Avon. So it's like doTERRA or Avon, where you have reps. They don't do it stores. You can go straight to their website and order it, but what they're going to do is send you through a local rep, and that's who it's going to go through. It is not a pyramid scheme. You don't have to sell to anybody. You can just order stuff. The queue is the closest thing to where you're just getting on a rotation order. It's like Azure Stand. You can go to them and order what you want and just get that. But they do it like Avon, where you can have a party and do things like that. And if you have the parties, you actually earn so much um, product for what you sell, so you can actually get food back in that way. What have you heard bad about them, City Girl? I know their food quality is amazing, and their price point is good. I've never had any issues at all. But you don't have to join anything. They're just having parties. So, I mean, at least I've not sold in 3 years, and it was nothing about getting people to work for me or any like a pyramid scheme. I just threw parties. I'd have all my friends come over, we'd order stuff up, we'd get it done. Then if they had something, they would call and say, "Hey, I've got a buddy," just like Avon. I mean, absolutely no difference than Avon. I've thought about it. Try some Lou, just Lou. Go through two family though, please. Good night, four blessings. So I think that might be a misconception on that one. And she moves mountains. You don't have to have anybody go underneath you. It's just like right now, I could actually do a Thrive party right here on one of the lives, and you guys could order through Two Family or whoever, and none of you have to do anything other than order. What happens and where you get that part, I guess that would be my belt's cutting into my stomach, guys. I'm sorry. Where you actually get anything is from having the party, and that's how you make your part, is because you're doing that. Now, I do think you can make so much money and so much product if you get people signed into the queue too. You do want to order some spices from, yeah, plain speaker, plainly spoken. Um, but I really, like I said, I really I've never seen it as a pyramid scheme because I've never tried to get anybody to go underneath me, but I never did it to make money on a large scale of money and do stuff. So if you go to settings, then privacy, you will have the option to make subscriptions private. Oh, okay. So Mary's organic farm. Can you see who's made that subscription private as the individual that has the channel or owns the channel? Do you know that? Back to that whole conversation. Hardneck, good night. Thank you. And I appreciate you whacking those trolls. Everybody go check out all my moderators and their channels and stuff. Um, and give them all the love you can. We're gonna go for, let's see. My channel says we've been running for 2 hours and 18 minutes. Let's go for 2.5 hours. How many people do we have watching? Somebody tell me how we have watching, and we'll hearts and ladybugs. 42. Okay. Let's go for 6 hours. We've done it before. Um, Later, Chris, and the rest of y'all. Okay, it looks like we're going to get some of that craziness going on here, guys. So, okay, yeah, we still got quite a few people watching. So let's go for another about 15 minutes and then we'll go. All is well on Mellow Mountain. Okay, thanks, guys, for letting me know that. Somebody look and see. Somebody asked a minute ago how many subs we had right now. Can anybody see that right offhand? Oh, you guys just want to whack moles. That's all you all want to do. I'll make all of you moderators, 42 of you, and you just whack moles. Yeah. Yeah. 1600's what it's saying on you guys' side. I think we're at 1650 something, 1660 something. Thanks, Sean Smith. Appreciate you and welcome. Yeah, it won't show that on your guys' side. So hopefully tonight. The cool part about these when we do these, and I'm not going late and continue to talk for 2 and 3 hours to do it. I like the fact that it does, but with 40 something people on, and you go for 2.5 hours, that's a lot of hours, guys. That's thrown on there. It's like days worth of hours, not hours. So hey, just want to say that hubby had to hit our 13th anniversary yesterday. Whoa, 13 years. Good job, busy little house. What a wonderful woman you are, and a great man he must be. Good night, City Girl Country Art. Appreciate you coming on, spend some time. Shane Smith, where are you from? The email address is Privette, Privettee, Chris, Chris, 94 at gmail.com. I'm buffering. Oh no, I don't want to buffer. Is it any better now, guys? Uh-oh. Let's see my. There we go. Is it better now? Okay, I'm back. Shoo. I was reading the email address off there for something. Okay, good. Yeah, it dropped down to like 1 bar. Now I'm back up to full bars. So good to go. Scared me. I don't want to lose you guys before I need to go. So yeah, if you guys are going to order shirts, the PayPal is up. It's underneath my email address. You can go on. It's Privette, Privettee, Chris, 94 at gmail.com. And you can go on there and do that. Yeah, they did say that they were new here to the channel, and that's why when I saw that, I want to have everybody be part of doing this. And if you guys are going to be around and you're still on here, I'd be honored if you would pick the scripture for next week, if that's something that you would like to do, and we'll read through that and just whatever your heart leads you to. And then 3 baskets, if you will pick a topic, uh, that's what we can talk about next week. But you can let me know that right here, right now, if you'd like to, and I'll get on that and try to do it. This one was probably one of the least informative for me to be offering out teaching of anything that I can do. Yes, be Lady April, you can send scripture by email. And the reason for that, that gives me time and then allows it to be somewhat of a little bit of a surprise. Good night, Rainbow 505. Appreciate you coming on. Um, so, so yeah, send me something, be Lady April, if you think so. And if oh goodness gracious, my brain just went. If they don't get something to me because they jumped off too quick, we'll use yours. And then if it doesn't, if they do send something, then I'll use the scripture you give for the following Wednesday. So if you have something in mind, please send it to me. Sorry, I was so late with mine. No, the white picket fence, you were perfect. That's great. As long as I've got a day ahead of time, it's fine. It just allows me to be able to do that. I'm getting caught up in other people's things. We'll do have a prayer on it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Just look at it. Chris, would you mind closing with a prayer for GMO surgery next week? Absolutely. We'll do that when we get get ready to get off here. Um, we can do that now. Dear Lord, we'd like to take this time to ask you to bless our friend Gma. You know her name. We may not, but she's going to be going through some heart surgery next week. And we'd appreciate all the blessings and help that you can have to allow her to stay here on earth with us, get her through that surgery sound, allow her to come out and recover quickly and get back to what she loves to do in the garden. Take the time uh, to lay your spirit into her and allow her to heal quickly. In your name we pray, amen. Maybe not the best prayer in the world right now. My brain is not on all cylinders. I kept buffering. I buffered through it. I'm sorry. Does anybody know Gma's actual name? Just first name. You don't have to give a whole name. All prayer is good, B lady. I understand. But does anybody know Gma's first name if she's not on here? Hey, buddy, the live locked up on me and know if you answered about your mailing address. Yes, my mailing address is P.O. Box 13, Unicoi, Tennessee, 37692. And She Moved Mountains just posted it for you. Email address is Privette, Privette, Chris, 94 at gmail.com. You can do that. Three Baskets, what I asked a minute ago, Three Baskets Living. Can you suggest a topic for next week's live? I like to pick from the people that are watching to guide where we're at next week. So can you do that? Whole lot of Homestead. Hey, how are you? Yeah, it might be. Some people have said that it's breaking up a little bit. I may have just totally missed you there. A whole lot of Homestead. I'm sorry if I did, but hello. Um, did you hear my question, Three Baskets Living, about suggesting a topic? Okay, give you a minute. I got you. Composting toilets, we can do that. Yeah, that's actually a good one for a lot of people. We'll talk about that different ways and different. There's so many different types of composting and good. Harvest the Bounty. It's just running crazy. We're about ready to end this thing here in a minute. The busy little house. You've been married for 40 years. What are you talking about? 40 years? You ain't old enough to have been married 40 years. Oh, and are you helping me? I don't know who's help. Well, who are we helping? I'm so gone. I'm lost. Sorry, guys. So her name is Terry. Okay, awesome. So I'll know how to put that on my prayer list. Oh my God, composting toilets. You have seen the electric ones that turn waste into ash, ends up in a bag. Absolutely, debate. We'll talk about them all. I'm good with talking about whatever, and it's a viable subject to talk about, especially if you're wanting to do this off grid and doing what you're doing. We chose to go with the septic system, um, and it works very well. I will do some more. I'm pretty versed on the composting toilets, but I'll do some research on some of the other stuff. Terry is Gmail Garden and married to hubby Jim for over 40 years. Got you, busy little house. I thought you were saying you were married 40 years. I was like, you ain't even 40 years old. Yeah, well, humanure is always been used in agriculture. Um, what people don't realize is you don't get septic or sewage until you have liquid waste and solid waste mix, and then you get toxicity. But when the two are separated, they actually can be used. If you let urine sit, it comes into ammonia and is good for your soil to boost that in areas that you need it to, as well as human waste. If you're eating good food, isn't as bad as you think. They use it in Mexico all the time. So, but understood that some of that food is not great. So there's a bunch of stuff that is there. I'm kind of on the fence about that. I would personally not do it, but I am fond of gray water lines. Yeah, gray water lines are awesome. I mean, as long as you're doing it the right way. Yeah, and that's where you get your smell from. Um, a lot of times, if you'd be surprised on how much sawdust just takes away the smell, or peat moss takes away the smell. We're not going to get into that because that's three baskets conversation for next week. We're not going to go there. I'm going to stop now. Mary's, we're going to go. Chris, if you go to beta, then settings, then community, then subscriptions, you can see your subscribers who are not private. Yeah, I know how to see the ones that are not private, Mary's Organic Garden. I was just wondering if there was a way that you could. Okay. Topic for next week: gardening, growing food without box stores, nurseries, farms, supplies, etc. We did gardening this way, so let's go to the growing food with box stores. I was excited. 3 baskets for the toilet one. I was good. I was going to show you the correct reading material to have on a composting toilet, the whole 9 yards. Okay, good to go. I got you. We'll put the composting in there too. We'll make that part of it. Chris, you're so dark when you lean back that you become night. I'm sorry, guys. I'll try to stay up. Okay, but master the composting toilet. Just saying. All right, we'll get them both. We'll run on that with all those topics. As you can see, these run long enough that we could talk about everything to do with. Um, we can talk about everything to do with homesteading in one live. I think we're doing a wet composting system, real toilet that flushes. It's called a septic system. Consider it, Joy Homestead. Wilma Gregory goes on our prayer list. Okay, got it. What was your mom's first name, Carol? I know I had her on there too, but I'm drawing a blank right now. Let's put her on there. 3 baskets living. You got it mastered, huh? It's pretty easy. Bucket, lid, sawdust. Chris, are you totally off grid? How do you do live? Just wondering. Shimu Mountains, we are not totally off grid. Right now, this computer is running off of the solar generator that I have. So, what I'll do in the morning, I get up when the sun's running. If I'm just charging the computer, it takes about 19.5 watts to charge the computer. Once it gets to full, it dies down to where it runs like a 3 watt system. And I have a 150 watt system. So usually I'm running about in good sunlight, about 95 to 140 watts coming in. So I can actually have a light on someplace or something like that, or run the radio, or the baby can watch TV for a little bit. A whole lot of homestead. How about composting your toilet and enhancing your garden? Depends on how you look at it. We'd have to go to the Humanor book. I sat back again. I'm sorry, busy little house. You'll have to smack my hand every time I sit back. Check out the videos for the secret to any concern of smell or is that on your channel, Three Baskets Living? I'll definitely go watch those. I've not got to go over and watch too many of your videos. I think I just subbed you guys the other day. And the way that it's going, I've been kicked off of so many new subs that I've not been able to get on. So, Rhonda McAllister, how are you? It is a crappy conversation. It's all about some composting right now. Yeah, the generator. That's the thing when you talk about going off grid. Um, there's different ways to look at it. I mean, you can go where you don't have anything, or you can go where you've got, your stuff. And Doug and Stacy actually are going to go with solar system on the workshop on the learning center. So they're going to have solar there as well. Yeah, every time I come on, I've actually had conversations with people, and then all of a sudden, um, Joanne, okay, I got her down. I knew it was Joanne. We said that the other day. Um, but it's just the level where you're going to go with Elin and her school with homeschooling. I use the computer a lot with Easy Peasy and the ABC mouse. So we need the computer to go with that. And I could charge it in the car and stuff, but the little solar system and then the system we're going to be put in. The system we're going to put in will actually run the little dorm fridge that we have too. That's the biggest change with what we did is going back to the cooler versus the my camera's going in and out too, guys. So that's not just me leaning back. Um, you want a good laugh? Check out my new video titled "Amazing Automatic Deer Feeder." I'll go check that one out. Just think that may be fun. Hey, Duncan, how are you doing? We're pulling a marathon again. You know how it works. I said I was getting off 8 minutes ago, and I'm gonna blame it all on She Moves Mountains, the single lady, and the bee lady apiary, and who else can I blame it on? The busy little house. They all get it. When does Elin begin homeschooling? We do homeschooling 3 days a week, and then she jumps on anytime she wants. Elin is actually 5, getting ready to turn 6, so she's been doing it for a while. She's just tiny. Chicken feeder. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit from everything. You're welcome to be Lady Apiary. 5, ready to turn 10. Crazy good little talker that girl is. The busy little house, she's like going on 29, I think, sometimes. She is very, very smart. Her brother is Eli is very, very smart too. And I'm not just saying that because they're my kids. They're crazy. Our family is here and there. Space. Gotcha. The Bee Lady Apiary, we're using Easy Peasy. Easy Peasy homeschooling, the Christian-based curriculum, and it's really it's a really good program, I think. And then the ABC Mouse is a really nice one up until I think it's 3rd grade. I actually really like that little program. It's a really good thing that you can throw them on. It's kind of gamey, so they enjoy it. So she likes to go on there. David Northwater, hey, nice to see you on here. Hey, Three Basket, did you notice your Three Basket equal IRS? Don't get that one. Sorry. I'm trying to catch up. Oh, you're a trained educator. That's why you're asking all that. Monarch. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Monarch. But the easy peasy one, she seems to have taken to it really good. So it's been it's been good. on that part. Yeah, and I think the difference in them learning is that you kind of concentrate on the core and then let their daily events take on uh, their learning curve. Like we spend time outside, and like right now, she's really big into wanting to know what all you can eat out in the yard. So we'll be walking through, and she'll go up and pick up plantain. She goes, "You can eat this one, but I can't remember the name. It's the one that starts like pla." I'll go plantain, and she'll go plantain. And I said, "That's you can eat that." I said, "What else can you eat out in the yard?" And we'll go into that, and then we'll talk about the plant, what it's called, things like that. I thought you liked ABC Mouse. Is it still good? I homeschool, but 5 years ago. Yeah, I really like it. I think it's just a good little. It's like a good um, filler for your regular curriculum. It lets them go in and they can play. They get the little avatars they can build. The hardest job that I've had, other than being a parent, holy camolie. Um, yeah, the public school system isn't doing a real good job. Yeah. I would have to say being a Marine was the hardest job I've ever had, but it was the funnest job I've ever had too. So look at the easy peasy homeschool there, fairy tale creation. What time do you get up on Thursdays? I get up the same time all the time. I like to sleep till about 8:30, 9 o'clock. If it goes real crazy tomorrow, it'll probably be 9. Animals are trained to that. So I get up, I go straight out, I feed the animals. Elin, sometimes she'll wake up a few minutes early, but usually she's with me. Um, and then at one time I was where I was with the sun, getting up with the sun, going to bed with the sun. So, but my body doesn't recover as quickly sometimes now when we're hard day work, but I'm never out of bed later than 9 o'clock. But usually it's 7:30, 7:30 to 8 o'clock usually. Chicken sleep in. Tertiary, I homeschool my daughter. We use A Space and Saxon's Math. I've heard the Saxon Math is really good but your daughter's a little older, is she not? Searching Sabrina. I could have been. I've went to Canada multiple times. I was in Michigan, so is where I was based out of. So you very well could, the busy little house. We could have flown with each other. I'll sleep in. You have to be. Good night, She Moves Mountains, guys. Let's get off of here. Let's uh, let's get out of here and let everybody go to bed, and we'll get back on and have fun. Go check out all the moderators or everybody with the ranch. I said it once before. They do more than you guys know. I just realized something. Samson Farmer, you still on here? Samson Farm was a moderator too. How did he get his moderation taken away? That's crazy. But anyway, say your prayers for me. Say the prayers for those individuals we talked about tonight. Um, enjoy your day. Enjoy your husbands, your wives, and your children. And you're welcome to be Lady Apiary. And be a good human being. And like on all my videos when I am, God bless you. And live with what God gives you. Because He only gives us one time around here. Some of us get cheated a little bit and come back sometimes. But if we live with what He gives us every day, look through that child's eyes on what we should do and love each other and be warriors of God and don't be afraid to say what's right and what's wrong. Love those that are sinning for people and who they are and not the sins that they're committing. I just want to say, y'all, good night. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Bye.